A warm welcome you all for Gurudeva online classes. So in the previous class, my dear students, we have completed our first prose, that is Adayana Ashram. So today we will discuss the first poem of your 8th standard, that is Beauty, written by E.A. Shore. See, when you hear the word beauty, what are the changes that occurs not only the outer part of your body but also the inner part, right? Means when you see the beautiful things, usually you'll make your face very happy, right? Give you what we call gleaming, is it? For example, usually we may tell that God is the universal creator, means whatever in our surroundings, whatever in the environment, whatever the things we are going to see in the nature, all the things have been created by the God. So for that reason, we call God as a universal creator. See, God has created many wonderful, many marvelous, many mesmerizing, many excellent, beautiful things. For example, trees, birds, animals, rainfall, hills, mountains, streams, oceans, seas, everything has been made by the God. So when we see such things, for example, if you go near the hill station during the rainy season, during the monsoon season, everywhere you see greenery, right? By seeing that, what happens? Whether you see how worst it is, how bad it is, no. You say how beautiful it is. Also, while saying that, your face expression changes, right? So, beauty is not only you can see from our eyes or from your eyes, but also you can hear. For example, early in the morning, when you hear the singing, the voice of the birds, chirping of the birds, it makes you happy, right? So, what are the other things? What makes beautifulness or what creates beautifulness? We will discuss by the help of this poem written by E.A. Shore, and the title of the poem is Beauty. So please open page number 14 and just observe the textbook. The brief introduction about the poetess you can get in your textbook. Okay, see here. Beauty is seen in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, corn growing, and people working or dancing for their harvest. Beauty is heard in the night, wind sighing, rain falling, or a singer chanting anything in earnest. Beauty is in yourself, good deeds, happy thoughts that repeat themselves in your dreams, in your work, and even in your rest. Such a melodious, such a beautiful, wonderful poem it is. Although it is very small, but it consists a huge message. Okay, so in the first stanza, the poetess E.A. Shore describes or talks about the things, the beautiful things which we can see. In the first stanza, the poetess is talking about, or she is going on writing about the beautiful things which we can see. And what are the things which we can see? What are the beautiful things which we can see by our bare eyes or with our naked eyes? That is, beauty is seen in the sunlight. According to the poetess, she is telling that to the readers, beauty is seen in the sunlight. Means when the sun will rise, when the first ray of the sun, it touches the surface of the earth, everything looks very visible, right? Everything looks very visible and everything looks crystal clear. For example, early morning, when you go outside, if you have a grass outside of your house, a little droplets are going to be on that grass, right? When the sun, when the rays of the sun fall on that grass, the water, it reflects and it shines, right? By seeing that mesmerizing environment, what does you feel? You feel happy, right? So whether you tell what a worst thing it is, what an ugly thing it is, no. You will feel beautiness, right? So beauty is seen in the sunlight, not only in the sunlight but also in the trees, the green trees, the nature. It is not only seen in the sunlight but also it is seen in the trees, the birds, the beautiful birds. Okay, the trees, the birds, corn growing. What is the meaning of corn? Maize. What do you call in Kannada? Mekki jola. Is it? So it means corn growing in the means farms, fields, pala. You are going somewhere else. At the end side of your road, you can see the farms, green farms. It is a very beautiful outlook, right? So corn growing and people working. Here, who are working? The people who are working in the fields by taking some of the equipments. That scene is very beautiful according to the E.A. Shore. So beauty is not only seen in the sunlight but also it consists in the what? In the where it is? In the trees, in the birds, growing the crops. That is growing the corn. Not only corn, growing all kind of crops and people working in it, or people working in the farm and or dancing for their harvest. What is the meaning? Or dancing for their harvest. What does it mean? Or dancing for their harvest means in a village part you might have seen at the end of the month where already the crops are fully grown. Now it is the time to cut, to harvest. That is mean cutting the crop. In Kannada we call Suggi Kala. Right? At this period, all the crops, all the farmers, what they will do with their crops? They won't let it to be as it is in the farm. They will cut it. They will harvest. Right? You might have seen in some of the videos. Usually the village sides, what the people will do? They will clean, they will cut their harvest. They don't have any tape recorders, they don't have any mobile. What they will do? They sing the songs. While cutting, by working in the farm, they sing the song. They sing some of the folk songs. Okay? They sing some kind of a song. So that scene creates a beautiful scene. Okay? So beauty here, as I told in the first stanza, the E.A. Shore is dealing with the things, that to the beautiful things which we can see. So according to her, we can see in the sunlight, in the corn growing, people working or dancing, or even in the trees and the birds. Okay. So in the second stanza, the poetess is dealing, or she is talking about the things which we can hear. The beautiful things which we can hear. In the first stanza, she is discussing about the beautiful things which we can see. But whereas in the second stanza, she is discussing about, or she is talking about what? The beautiful things which we can hear. Okay, so what are the beautiful things one can hear? That is, beauty is heard in the night. So according to her, beauty is heard in the night. What are the sound you can hear in the night? You might have experienced this many times in your life. Yes, means some of the insects, they are making some of the melodious noise. For example, there are some of the insects such as cricket. It makes noise, right? Although the too much of noise, it makes some disturbance. But initially, in the beginning, that noise will be very melodious, right? So, beauty is heard in the night, wind sighing, rain falling. Also, not only the sound of the insects is a melodious, is a beautiful, but also the sound of the wind sighing. What is the meaning of sighing? Sighing means breathe deeply. Breathe deeply means, for example, if I tell you, all the students you have to go to the ground and within 5 minutes you have to run 5 rounds of the ground. So after completing that, what will be your position? Will be your okay? Will be your your breathing process will be what? Easy? No. You will exhaust, right? You will become tired, you will become exhaust. So at that time, how you will breathe? You will take a long breath, right? That is called as the sighing. So what is the relevance between that sighing and wind? Yes, it means when the wind blows, wind blows, when you hear the blowing of the wind, it makes some kind of a sound, right? You know that how it makes the sound. So that is compared to the sighing. Means here the wind is actually taking a long breath. Okay. So wind sighing and rain falling. The droplets of the rain falling from the sky, when it touches to the earth surface, when it touches to the water. For example, if the rain falls on the sea or in the water body, how it makes the sound? It makes some sound like a tip 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 tip, right? So that is a beautiful. That is the beauty. Okay. So according to the EA Shore, beauty is heard in the night, that too in the wind sighing and rain falling. Or else a singer chanting, and also a singer who is chanting. What is the meaning of chanting, my dear students? Chanting means singing melodiously. What is the meaning of chanting? Singing melodiously. When a singer is going to sing melodiously, that's why it looks very beautiful to the ears, not eyes. It looks very beautiful to the ears. When a singer, for example, there are many singers who are going to sing melodiously, right? For example, the late Padma Vibhushan, Sri S.P. Balasubramanya, he was an excellent and melodious singer, right? When you hear his songs, it gives calmness, right? It makes you calm, it makes you feel relaxed. So when you hear such kind of a melodious sounds, it is also a beauty. It also creates some of the beautifulness to your ears. Or anything in earnest. What is the meaning of earnest? Serious. Anything in earnest means when any work has been done sincerely or seriously, all such kind of things are beautiful. Means when you are going to give your 100% dedication to the work, what you are going to do, when you are going to complete the work with all your responsibility, such kind of works are also beautiful. Okay? So anything in earnest means anything, whatever you do in a earnest means whatever you do sincerely or seriously, all such works, all the things which you have done by giving your 100% potential, by giving your 100% caliber, or by giving all your responsibility, such kind of a work can be told as it is a beautiful. Okay, my dear students? Okay. So the last stanza, beauty is in yourself. So such a beautiful line it is. Beauty is in yourself. So according to the EA Shore, she is telling, if you want to see the beautiful things, don't search here and there. Beauty lies inside you. Beauty lies everywhere. Not only the outer environment. Beauty doesn't go with the outer appearance of the human, but also it is the inner appearance. Okay, so beauty is in yourself, is in ourselves. Okay, how, sir, how beauty is in ourselves, sir? Sir, just because I am very fair, I am very white, am I beautiful? No. Okay, from outside you are very beautiful. What about inner? Right? So, beauty is in yourself. How? Good deeds, happy thoughts that repeat themselves. How beautiful or how beauty is in ourselves? It is a kind of a good deeds. What is the meaning of deeds? Work. What is the meaning of good deeds or good work? Means when you do good work, for example, obeying your parents, respecting your parents, obeying the teachers, respecting the teachers, respecting your elders, you don't have any negativity in your mind, you always have positive approach towards someone, you have helping nature, you don't utter a lie, always you are very punctual, honest. All these things are the deeds. That is good deeds. The good deeds and happy thoughts. Happy thought means you should not think negative about someone. Even someone has done bad to you, you should not think that I have to do bad to that guy or someone. Whatever someone does with you, you always have a positive approach on anyone. Okay, so good deeds and happy thoughts that repeat themselves. That repeat themselves means you cultivate the habit of this. Whatever the people do to me, whatever the people do back to me, whatever they tell back to me, I won't respond to them. Instead of that, I will be calm. I will have a positive approach to the people. So if you are going to cultivate that thing, it will make inside you as a habit. So once you have done such kind of a habit, it repeats itself. It repeats. So good deeds, happy thoughts that repeat themselves in your dreams. So if you have cultivated such kind of a habit, even in your dream also, you cannot think negative. You cannot think bad for someone. You cannot utter lie. You cannot utter a bad word to someone. Only when you cultivate such habits, such positive habits, that is in your dreams and even in your work. And when you are working, if you are having a positive approach, you don't fight inside with your devil. You always work positively. You always help people. You always tell or you always speak softly with the people in your dreams, in your work, and even in your rest. So even while you are sleeping, you will tell good, you will think good, you will do good. Okay. So by saying this, we'll conclude this poem. Very short and sweet, but it consists a big message. So in the end, we can conclude the poem by giving a statement that it is the old one. Beauty lies in the eye of a beholder. It means actually the beauty is on the way how we see the things. Right? If I am a negative kind of a people, if I don't have a positive mind, if I see a green tree, what I will think? Oh, I will cut. If I cut the tree, I will get good wood to burn. If I see a beautiful animal, I may tell, if I kill that animal, I will get the skin of that animal. I will get the feather of the birds. When I have a negative mind. But when I have a positive mind, in every worst condition, I may see beautiful. Even in the very bad condition also, I may see beautiful things. So it is not on the human, it is in the eye of a beholder. Means beautiful. Each and every way we can see, we can hear the beauty, but it should be have in the mind of the person who is going to see. The perception, the way of seeing the things, it is in the eye of a beholder. Means who is going to see the things. So my dear students, if you have any queries or doubts regarding the poem, we will discuss in the interaction class. I hope you understood the poem. Thank you.